bend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging. And to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Nestled deep within the rolling rhythm of Lime Rock Park lies a moment of pure calculation, the West Bend Chicane, a place where instinct meets geometry and milliseconds decide destiny. Added in 2008, the chicane isn't just a kink in the armor, it's a scalpel, a surgical interruption of the bravado of the West Bend's sweeping arc. It demands restraint, it punishes arrogance. Here the brave don't win, the precise do. It's a dance of balance, left-right throttle, where the rhythm of racing is rewritten in 3 quick steps. Every lap, every class, every driver must bow to the chicane, because in this corner of the Connecticut, speed isn't just about power, it's about control. Welcome in. This is week number 4 of the PCC Top Split action. This week takes us to Lime Rock Park West Bend chicane layout. Drivers just getting in some qualifying laps here right now. We're still waiting for a couple laps to get up on the board, but again, welcome in week number 4. Let's take a look at our conditions. 66 degree Fahrenheit air temperature out there. That's going to translate to approximately 77 degrees on the track. Relatively pleasant day for our drivers out there in Connecticut here for some PCC production car challenge. 3 classes. Going to battle it out here today. No Clios look like they've made the grid so far today, so We'll only have the 3 classes, the BMWs, the Mazdas, and our GR86s. So you hop on board here with Kevin Parrish. Kevin, a mainstay in the top split action week in, week out. No surprise we see him back here again this week. Let's take a look at what times we have coming in right now. Kevin Parrish leading the field over on the BMW side of things. So we'll see how he does. Last week, I believe Parrish and Marinos got into a battle at Kansas, a track that we don't see all that often. Kind of caught some drivers out by, I'm going to guess say a little bit by surprise. They weren't necessarily all that ready for it. But we'll see this track this week. Lime Rock Park, a track you frequent moving up through the rookie series. So all of our drivers should have a ton of experience here this evening with that track. Michael Foltz, a mainstay in the Mazda SOF top split action. Currently going to get himself up into P1 with that lap that he just put in there. Nice run by Michael. He's just ahead of John Dwayne, 1/10 separating those two drivers. So we've got 13 or 14 drivers scheduled here to grid up for the Mazdas. So keep an eye on them. Number of GR86s on track too as well. Christopher Casiano currently sitting second place in the Toyota class. He's going to come across the line 101.86. That's going to keep him in third place as Francisco Montez just takes top spot away with that lap he just put in. Some nice run by him. Let's bed back up here to one of our BMWs. Lucas Jose, the Brazilian driver. Oh, drifting through turn 5, the uphill section. We're going to see a ton of that. The cars getting loose as they come up over the uphill section. And we're running the West Bank chicane. So normally, traditional layout, you would take a hard right and start working yourself back down the hill underneath the toe tires sign across start finish line. But they're going to have to negotiate what they call the West Bend chicane at the top of the hill. It's going to throw a little bit of an interesting kink in, especially once we get overlapping amongst our 3 classes, where the Mazdas and the GR86s are going to be fairly comparable on overall speed around the track. It'll be interesting to see when the BMWs come up to them, how they'll fare. Let's take a look here. Tyler Pierre Richards, yet to see a lap from him. Looks like he's going to just go out and do a sighting lap right now. So we'll see where he ends up. Qualifying starting to run down here. A number of drivers still waiting for times from him. Stan Hammonds waiting for a time from him. We've seen him a number of times in the SOF top split action. Andres Navarro, a driver who we've seen a ton of times here in the Mazda action, always driving that Diet Coke machine. Actually, I just noticed something kind of interesting. We got Stan Hammonds in the red Coke machine, the Enjoy Sky Lounge paint, but that's a Coke font on that machine. And then we got Andres Navarro in the Diet Coke machine. So we're gonna have a battle of the Coke products out here in the Mazda class this evening. Should be interesting to see how they battle it out, which Coke flavor will reign superior. Lincoln Fox, usually see him up near the front of the Mazda class, currently got himself in second place, just behind Michael Folds. This Fox working his way through what they call no-name straight here, this quick little shoot between turn 4 and 5 and then into the uphill section. So we'll watch here. The car going to get a little light as he heads up over the bend. A couple tires off the ground there. You hear him bouncing off the red limiter up into the West Bank chicane, hard onto the binders. Bring it out real wide, cut the corner back in and down the hill he's going to go. This will finish up his lap here. We'll see if he's able to take away top spot from Michael Folds this time by. Currently basically neck and neck amongst these drivers. Only 7/100 separating those two drivers. Looks like Fox is going to pull it into the pits. He's not going to finish up that lap. Pierre Richards going to head around and finish up. Looks like his second qualifying lap. Currently sitting in 10th place in class. See if he's able to improve. 101.72 last time by. And unable to improve that time by. Looks like that lap did not count. It was negated, possibly an off track. Only a few drivers left on track right now, waiting to put in some times for us. Hammonds is one of those drivers yet to put a quality time on the board. We'll see if this one is able to stick for him. No, that one's going to get negated too as well. So it looks like Hammond's going to be starting at the back of the Mazda pack. Marcelo Perez going to pull off and call it quits. Will Dotson, we've yet to see a time from him. Looks like Will actually not even sporting a paint out there this evening. So see if maybe we can get him reloaded in. So we pick up Francisco Sosa, 12th place in Toyota class right now for Francisco. I'm sure he's going to have enough time to finish up this lap, but it's going to basically all but do it. We'll tear down the timing and scoring. We'll take a look at how that unfolds here shortly. There we go. Qualifying finished. Let's take a look and see how our grid is going to stack up here for this one, week number 4. Kevin Parrish going to take top spot ahead of Vinicius Santos. Taylor Ballant going to start in 3rd with Lucas Jose in 4th. Sam Brooks in 5th with Jacob Abot in 6th. Leonid Poplinski in 7th. Bruno Viviano in 8th. Caleb Hayden in 9th. Tyler Pierre Richards in 10th. Will Dotson in 11th. Andres Velasquez, the Colombian driver, going to start in 12th position. Then we'll head off to the GR86's Francisco Montez taking top spot over Jackson Lee's Aiden King in 3rd with Christopher Casiano in 4th. William Harris going to start in 5th with Lane Parks in 6th place. Aiden Powell in 7th and Christian Cole going to start in 8th place. 9th place goes to Marcelo Perez. Jerry Turner rounds out the top 10. Santiago Peralta in 11th with Francisco Sosa in 12th. Victor Vargas in 13th. Franco Provenzano in 14th. Carter Sexton in 15th. And then we head off to the Mazdas where Michael Foles takes top spot ahead of Lincoln Fox. John Dwayne in 3rd with Mario Alfredo starting in 4th place. Mike Oswald in 5th. Michael Coates in 6th. Charles Wolfe in 7th. Andre Navarro in 8th. Carlos Hathcock in 9th and Kyle Gentz in 10th place. And then we got Tony Wallace, Gregaro Moreno, Sky Schulmeyer, and Stan Hammond's going to round out our, looks like 41 car grid here this evening. So we're just waiting for a couple of drivers to grid up here. We're getting underway our usual 25 minutes of action. Drivers will not need to come in and take fuel or tires. It's just going to be a straight sprint race. See our field there gridding up. Looks like we're waiting for Andres Vasquez, Santiago Peralta, Carter Sexton. Looks like those drivers going to elect to start from pit road as we are underway. Again, 41 cars gridding up for this multi-class action. It's going to be tight out there, folks. The BMWs sub 1 minute lap times. The Mazda's technically the slowest class out of the 3 here, just over 1 minute, about 101, 102. And the GR86 is somewhere in between those two classes. So it'll be real interesting once they start to intermingle here this evening. Kevin Parrish, though, top spot goes to him. He will lead them around behind the pace car. Dos Santos, 2nd place. Taylor Ballant, a driver we see week in, week out in the SOF races. Expect to see him battling up towards the front. Then we'll keep an eye on a little further back in the pack. Pierre Richards, we know he has some speed. Lucas Jose was looking potent in practice too as well. The GR86, look, we got a couple cars already off the grass. The 8 King taking a little bit of a detour through the grass, getting an off track early on in the pace lap. Never what you want to see happen there, but looks like Jackson Lee a tow back to the pits here early on. Again, unfortunate rough start for him too as well. There's the Mazdas hanging out in the back. 14 Mazdas in the field here this evening, 13 GR86s. And then we got 11, 12, 13. Sorry, that is BMWs. Our BMW field, though, heading down the front straight. We're getting underway here very shortly. Kevin Parrish can lead the way with Dos Santos to his outside. There we go. Parrish is off. Great start for him. A little bit of a slow start for Dos Santos. Into turn 1 they go. Kevin Parrish going to hold on to top spot. Dos Santos looking in behind Ballant and Jose battling it out. Lucas Jose going to get around Taylor Ballant early on to move himself up into 3rd place. They'll continue to battle. Let's pop back here to see how the GR86s are getting underway. We got a driver off early here. Looks like Lane Parks already off into the grass. He's going to get collected up. It comes back on track. Jackson Lee right there too as well. Bit of connection issue, looks like, for Marcelo Perez just up ahead of them. Spot back here to the Mazdas. Michael Folds holding on to top spot. Lincoln Fox in tow. Mario Alfredo up one spot already as he's gotten around John Dwayne early on. Looks like Dwayne going to lose another couple spots to Carlos Hathcock and Mike Oswalt. They're moving around quickly here. A little further back in the pack here, we've got Giorgio A. Moreno working up in front in the MAV TV car. He's going to get himself around Skyle Schudemeyer. Up the hill they go. First time into the chicane for our Mazdas. See, the leader is already heading out. Up front to the BMWs, Kevin Parrish leading the way, but he's been caught by Dos Santos. Parrish got out to a quick jump at the drop of the green flag, but Dos Santos has quickly reeled him back in here. So see here if Parrish able to open that gap back up again right now. So we look back from Parrish. Dos Santos lurking behind Jose there too as well. Ballant down one spot. BMW still packed up all the way back to, looks like, Poplitsky. A little farther back in that pack, he's got the Technic car, Jacob Bott up ahead, Bruno Viviano in behind, Pierre Richards, Dotson and Hayden battling it out. Down through the final corner they go. Pierre Richards leading Dotson and Hayden to the line. Dotson still, I guess he's just driving that gray car. For some reason, it's not loading in his paint, so I don't know what's going on there. It's showing he should be driving a liquid death machine, but solid gray. Back to the GR86s. We got a battle for top spot. Aiden King trying to make the move around Francisco Montez into turn one. Looks like King going to make that spot up. A little bumping and grinding there from Montez. King going to hold on to that spot now. Montez feeling some pressure from Casiano. Going board here with Christopher Casiano. Francisco Montez up ahead. Aiden King was able to get around and take top spot. Casiano trying to do the same thing. Montez fighting back right now. Let's take a quick look at what our SOF is for each one of our classes. 2.8K in the BMWs, 2K in the GR86s, and 3.8K in the Mazda field. Oh, we got a little bumping and banging in the GR86s. They head into the chicane. Andrew Powell getting a little argy-bargy there with Marcelo Perez. Perez going in there, elbows out. No quarter given or taken between the GR86 field, but up front, Dos Santos has gotten around Parrish. Jose around Parrish too as well. Parrish has fallen back to third place. We'll see if we can pick up what happened there exactly for Kevin Parrish. So there we go, Parrish out front, Dos Santos in second place as they head down the front straight into turn one, sorry. Looks like Parrish kind of pulled out. I wonder if he got a slowdown potentially. Had to serve that slowdown. Looks like Jose and Dos Santos able to capitalize on that. Oh, we've got some salt in chat. I'm not sure what's something going on a little farther back in the pack. Let's see here. Looks like Michael Coates might have got wrapped up in something here. See if we can take a look here at what happened. Oh, Coates blew his motor on the front straight. Interesting stuff there. Interesting stuff there. I'm not sure how you blow the engine on the front straight just by driving down the front, but he did it. Taylor Blount falling down the track into the pits now for Taylor Blount. See if we can pick up what happened there for him. As things going awry for some of our potent drivers. Take a look here. Taylor Blount entered pit lane. I'm not seeing him flag for anything here, so, or if it's just a one of those issues that just pop up in real life on you. Dos Santos, Jose Parrish leading the way though. Sam Brooks in tow too as well, not letting that lead pack get away. We got some battling going on up and down the field. GR86 still in contention. Aiden King was able to get around Montez, but hasn't been able to pull away from him since doing so. Montez in a battle though with Perez. Perez we saw getting a little argy-bargy with a couple of drivers farther back. We got something going off in behind. Caleb Hayden in the BMW. He's going to have to tow. See what happened here to Caleb Hayden. Looks like a off-track excursion for him. Another one of our Coca-Cola drivers. Oh, he just gets up on the curb, spins it around into the grass, and then see, is he going to get back on track? So he gets safely back on track. I believe he might lose the car again here. Heading up the top of the hill. Yes, he does. So he went from bad to worse for Caleb Hayden. He's going to call it a day. Back up to our leaders. Santos still leading the way over Jose and Parrish. Let's head back to the Mazda class here. Michael Folds to himself 1.5 seconds over second place Lincoln Fox, but he's trying to work himself around the GR86 of Victor Vargas. He'll have Christian Kolb just up ahead of him too as well. This is where we see the Mazdas overlap with the back end of the GR86 field. The Mazda's quicker in a straight line. They can really catch the Toyotas on the straights, real quick sections. With it being such a short lap here, the GR86 really doesn't have much advantage. The little bit extra downforce it has in the corners isn't going to come into play a whole lot here at Lime Rock Park. So Fold's going to get around Kolb. He's going to put a couple of GR86s between he and Lincoln Fox. Fox here just ahead of Mario Alfredo 2. We've got a big mover at the back of the pack though. Stan Hammonds, 6th place in Mazda. Got himself up 14 places overall, 8 places in class. Currently battling right now with Kyle Schudemeyer. Those two cars battling it out here. They've got a pack. Kyle Genskin behind Andres Navarro and Gregorio Moreno. Let's go on board here with the Moreno. He probably has the best shot here, being the tail on this pack. We'll use him as the camera car as all 5 of these Mazdas head up over the hill. See Navarro getting a little loose up the hill. He's going to go defensive into the West Bend chicane. Hammond's leading this pack. Schudemeyer, second car in the row here against the third car. That orange machine up ahead. Navarro right ahead of Moreno, our camera car. Out of the final corner they come. They'll head down to the line to finish up lap 8. Let's see if Schudemeyer makes a move into turn 1. Hammond's drifting it a little wide, trying to late apex this corner. He's going to hold onto that spot. Schudemeyer thought about looking up the inside, thinks better of it for now. Oh, we lost him in the trees. There we go. Schudemeyer trying to find a way around Hammonds. Let's see here. Unable to make the move up the hill. It's a bit of a risky move. You do get up in there side by side. You never know how loose the car ahead of you is going to get. Some cars should actually come off the ground. I believe the BMWs might actually get all 4 tires off the ground through that section. But let's head back up to our leaders. We're actually coming up on this battle fairly quickly. On board here with Dos Santos as he's moving around Tony Wallace. That's the 12th place Mazda car. Ooh, Parrish getting loose in behind as he's trying to navigate around. Oh, he's going to go off track. Oh, almost into the wall. He might have had a little help there from that Mazda on the inside. He's going to get collected up. Back on track. Let's see if we can get an idea of what happened here. Parrish, this was the first incident heading into the chicane. Let's keep an eye on it. First, a little bit of contact there with the 16. They go down the hill. Parrish tries to make the move around the outside. Oh, gets hit by the fellow BMW on the inside of him there. I believe that might have been Sam Brooks, potentially. It was Sam Brooks. Not sure what happened there. Looks like he just got loose through the chicane, but that cost Parrish a number of spots. He's down to 5th place now. He's got Pierre Richards sneaking up on him behind. Pierre Richards slowly working his way through the BMW field. Oh, you see this BMW just getting loose, heading up over the hill. A little wiggle up at the top. They gather it back up, and away they go. Let's check back in on this battle that we were looking at in the Mazda class. Carlos Hathcock got himself in 5th place, just ahead of Hammonds. Hammonds was leading that pack. They're starting to reel in Hathcock. They're going to have a 6-car battle for 5th place here in a matter of moments as Hathcock embroiled with those 2 GR86s up ahead of Andrew Powell and Francisco Sosa. They're kind of holding up Hathcock a little bit, and that's going to bring him back into the clutches of that battle we saw in behind. Those 2 GR86s battling for position on track, so they really don't have any real room to give up any position to Hathcock as he's trying to get through there too as well. There goes that battle pack being led by Hammonds. They've now officially caught Hathcock, still unable to get around the GRA6s. Hammond's going to get around the tail one. That's going to put him promptly right behind the back of Carlos Hathcock. Now let's see if the rest of that pack can get around those GRA6s too as well, or if that lap traffic is going to separate up this battle we've seen. Let's head back to the GRA6s, check in on our leader Aiden King, still going strong up front. Battle is for second place though. Jackson Lees and Francisco Montez battling it out. Marcelo Perez getting in there too as well. He's going to move himself around Jackson. 4-car battle here for second place. Aiden King has pulled well away from this battle, almost 5 seconds up ahead of these guys. See Taylor Blount back on track in behind. He's going to cause a little bit of havoc. That BMW driver lapped down but moving his way through the field. So Hathcock, he's been able to get around the GRA6s, but now he has Hammonds, Schudemeyer, Gensk, Navarro all in tow. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of battle we have unfold here. Not even halfway through the race, still plenty of time for these drivers to battle it out. Let's take a look and see how Kevin Parrish is recovering. He's been able to get around Jacob Bott. It's going to move Bott back to 5th place. Pierre Richards currently holding on to 6th place. Back to our GRA6s, Marcelo Perez leading this 3-car pack. Perez, Turner, Jackson Lees battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in GRA6s. Looks like right now it's Aiden King's race to lose. He just continues to open up that gap over these 3 cars as they continue to battle. Into the West Bend chicane they go. Jerry Turner looking racy on the back bumper there of Perez. He's going to go to the inside, see if he can make the move into turn 1. Perez's car looks very unsettled, bobbing and weaving around there. Turner going to have the inside into turn 1. Perez going to duck back in. Jackson Lee blinking out again, still having connection issues for him. So he might actually just blinked right out. He's falling down the field, so unfortunately for him, maybe he gets his internet connection fixed for next week's race. Oh, he blinked back in. That was a long connection issue. iRacing, I thought you were supposed to fix that. Let's check back into this battle. Hathcock still leading the way. Hammond's right there behind too as well. These guys wrapped up in GRE6 traffic. Plus they've got the BMW of Vinicius Santos, our 2nd place BMW driver, trying to weave his way through there too as well. He's lost touch with Lucas Jose, who's been able to move around through this pack. And unfortunately for Dos Santos, held up a little bit as he just had nowhere to go with GRA6s and Mazdas everywhere. See Hammond's really pushing the envelope on the back of that BMW. Kevin Parrish in behind, trying to navigate through that mess of Mazdas and Toyotas as well. There's really just nowhere to go for these cars. Tight confines at Lime Rock Park makes for exciting door-to-door action, but it's really hectic coming through traffic. You gotta be keeping an eye on your mirrors at all times. So back to this GRA6 battle. Jackson Lee, our driver, who's had a little bit of a connection issue trying to make his way around Marcelo Perez. Jerry Turner got around Perez, starting to open up that gap now. Perez trying to hold on to final step on the podium in Toyota. William Harris now up in this battle too as well. He's worked his way back in. So go on board here with Harris. See that trio of cars up ahead into the West Bend chicane they go. Harris trying to get back into the throttle as early as he can to work on the closing that gap. So pick up Kyle Gens 3 wide into the West Bend chicane. Kent's going to get himself around Schudemeyer. That's going to move him up into 7th place in class. Nice move by him. Oh, no, Parrish is around again. Kevin Parrish with some... Oh, he's going to be done this time. No front bumper, smoke rolling out of that car. He has some major mechanical issues now, unfortunately for Kevin Parrish. No doubt we'll see him regroup and come back strong next week. But Michael Folds, fairly uneventful race for him right now. He's got himself up into top spot where he qualified. He's been able to hold on to that spot. Lincoln Fox, though, sticking in around. If Folds gets tied up in traffic at all, Fox is going to be right there with only 1 second separating these two drivers. He's actually going to be picking up a little bit of draft over a 6th place Toyota driver just ahead of him. That's Christopher Cassiano. So as they head down the front straight, this might work out well for Lincoln Fox. He'll to receive a little bit of draft off that GRA6 up ahead. It'll help him close in on the gap on Michael Folds. We're seeing these drivers battle week in, week out in this class. Not surprising we're seeing the two of them up top of the standings again this week. See how much they really have to wait to get back into the throttle through turn 1. It's basically a double apex corner. You really got to hold on to it. If you got to make sure you don't get back into the throttle too quick. You'll understeer off track. But let's see if we can take a look at what happened to Kevin Parrish. So we're keeping an eye on Parrish coming into the West Bend chicane. Oh, looks like he just got a little too hard onto the throttle. The back end swung around and into the wall he went. Looks like Andres Navarro too as well, struggling through that section. Got a little into the grass, had to collect the car up too. So I watched that Diet Coke machine car into the grass for him, sideways getting back on track, almost got into the Technic car. Thankfully he was able to clean that up though and keep going. I see Vinicius Santos, our 2nd place driver in BMW, getting around our 2nd place Mazda driver of Lincoln Fox. Jacob Bott, Tyler Pierre Richards battling it out for 4th place. Richards has caught him. Started at the tail of the BMW field, up 5 positions so far in the race. The driver's about 7.5 minutes to go, still plenty of time to battle it out. They've made their way through that pack of GRA6s in behind. They got one more up ahead of Victor Vargas. And it looks like they'll have a little bit of clear air after that to battle it out. So let's go on board here. Pierre Richards up the hill they go. You hear the car getting light up over that crest. Into the chicane. Oh, looks like Bott able to move around Vargas. Pierre Richards had a little bit of hesitation there. Wasn't sure if Vargas was going to let him through, but he does. They'll continue to battle it out. Down across the front straight they go. Let's see what kind of draft Pierre Richards can get here. See if he can make the run into turn 1 as we have a look back here from Jacob Bott. Pierre Richards a little later onto the brakes, but unfortunately not enough overlap to make that move yet. Hammonds and Hathcock going side by side, door to door. Hammond's going to move up into 5th place. It's going to drop Hathcock back to 6th. Schudemeyer right there too as well, although he's fallen back a little bit as they navigate through the traffic. This battle looks like it's going to be between Hammonds and Hathcock now for 5th place. Hathcock getting wrapped up behind Montez and Kolb, those two GRA6s, as Hammond's able to move them around before they head to the uphill section. See if Hathcock able to close back in that gap, but just behind them we got a battle between Kyle Gensk and Andres Navarro. Auburn Kyle moving into the West Bend chicane. Navarro going defensive on the inside. Kyle Gensk going the traditional line. It's going to give him a little bit of extra exit pace coming out of that corner. Down the front straight they go. Let's see what kind of run Kyle Gensk is going to get. Navarro going defensive on the inside. He's going to make Gensk go the long way around. He's going to take that spot away. Battle of the late breakers here heading into turn 1. Oh, Gensk drops a tire off into the grass. Almost loses the back end. Gets it gathered up though. Nice save there by Kyle Gensk. He's going to continue to hold the pressure on Andres Navarro. It looks like Hathcock almost back on the bumper of Hammond's. Got that one GRA6 in between them. Back up to the 2nd place battle in Toyota's Jerry Turner still holding that position. Jackson Lee though right in behind him. Marcelo Perez not out of this one either. So on board here with Perez, you can see Turner and Lee's up ahead. Into turn 1 they go. Now keep in mind Jackson Lee, we've seen some connection issues for him. You never want to see a driver getting taken out of a race because another driver blinks in. The next thing you know they pop back in right in front of you. So keep an eye on that as they battle for 2nd place. Up front though, Looks like Popolinski been able to catch Dos Santos as he's been slowed up traveling through traffic. Under 5 minutes to go now. We got a battle for second place in the BMW field. We're also keeping an eye on the battle for fourth place between Bott and Pierre Richards. Into chicane they go. That's our leader in the Mazda, Michael Folds. Oh, he's going to go door to door with Dos Santos. Popolinski tries to make the move around the inside, gives a little bit of razzle dazzle to Dos Santos. Not happy with the argy bargy through the west chicane. Down the front straight they go again. See this time if Popolinski dives to the inside under Dos Santos. He does not. Dos Santos going to hold on to that position for now. 2 by 2 just behind them though between Bott and Pierre Richards. Bott holding the inside line. Pierre Richards trying to swap him over. We have about 2, maybe 3 more laps depending how much time's left when our leader crosses the line. So getting down to the last few moments here for these drivers to try and find a way around. As they go into the uphill section again. Keep an eye on these 2 cars as they're going to get loose up over the hill. Oh, Bott goes a little wide. This will allow Pierre Richards to really close that gap. He's going to look to the inside into the West Bend chicane. Battle of the late breakers here. Who's going to get in and out of this corner a little quicker? Oh, Richards going to take that spot. I'm not sure if he might have got a slow down there. Look like he cut the grass a little bit, but looks like Bott cut it too as well. Nice move there by Pierre Richards. Textbook stuff into the West Bend chicane. Late braking maneuver. Takes that position away from Jacob Bott. It's going to move him up +6 positions on the day. Now we'll see if he's able to hold onto it. He's going to move around Lincoln Fox, our second place Mazda driver. Fox unfortunately falling back off Michael Folds. That traffic not benefiting Lincoln Fox this time as Michael Folds opening up a 4-second gap now over Lincoln Fox. So a little farther back, John DeWayne looking comfortable in 4th place. Mario Alfredo comfortable as well in 3rd place in the Mazda class. Stan Hemmons, we saw him get around Hathcock. He's still got a car in between them. That GRA6 of Victor Vargas was still there last time we checked in on him. Still holding that position in between those 2 cars. Up front though, Lucas Jose, once he got up front, he's been able to drive away from Dos Santos, who's been in a bit of a battle with Popolinski the last few laps. So 23 minutes on the clock. It'll be 2 more laps here for our drivers. Jose just has to bring it home, avoid some traffic right now, and he'll take the win for week 4. Let's check it back in this battle for second place between Dos Santos and Popolinski. Dos Santos has been able to hold off the charge from Popolinski. Leonid Popolinski starting to reel him in though, ever so slightly. Really needs to put the push on here now if he wants to try and take away second position. Time starting to be the enemy here for Popolinski. Nice race for him so far, up 4 positions from where he qualified though. Let's go a little farther back in the field here. Tony Wallace and Mike Oswalt, they're battling it out for 9th and 10th in class. Oswalt going to get around Wallace into turn 1. That is a bright paint job on that purpley pink Mazda, the 10 car. Sorry, the 19 car of Oswalt. You can't say you missed that car on track because you couldn't see it. Hathcock now, he's caught back up to him. Oh, a little argy-bargy in behind those 2 GR86s of Aruda, Vargas, and Kolb. Thankfully, all 3 of those drivers able to get through there, keep the car on track as Vargas going to lead Montez and Powell their lap down. Carlos Hathcock, he's managed to get that GR86 of Vargas out from between him and Hammonds. Let's see if he can push forward now and try and reel back in Hammonds. This will be the last lap for our drivers. Our leader, Jose, heading up between No Name straight right now. Oh, sorry, he's down the front straight. That's going to wrap it up. No, he'll have one more lap. Last lap here for Jose. Final time around for Lucas Jose. Popolinski falling back off Dos Santos as they navigate through traffic. That gap now almost 1 second. Looks like Leonid Popolinski going to lose any opportunity here to try and make that move around Dos Santos. Have to settle for 3rd place. Kevin Parrish, Taylor Ballant, battle of the drivers who probably had a day that they'd wish went a whole lot different right now as they're going to head to the line. Taylor Ballant trying to break the draft of Parrish in behind. Lucas Jose out of the final corner. He's going to take the win as he comes to the line. That'll wrap up week 4 here. Congrats to Lucas Jose. Michael Folds, top driver in Mazda, sent to the line, but ahead of him, Aiden King. Pole to pole win for him. Congrats to him. Michael Folds out of the final corner. He'll take the win. Check back in this battle between Hammonds and Hathcock. We've been watching this battle unfold most of the race. Hathcock's caught up to him. It's going to be see who can get the better run out of the final corner. Down the front straight they go. Looks like Hathcock not going to have enough draft to make that move. Hammond's going to take that spot. Looks like we're just waiting for a few drivers to finish up in this one. Andres Navarro, a bit of damage on the front end of that car. Souza and Provenzano, they're going to battle to the line. Francisco Souza leading Franco Provenzano. And Oswalt and Wallace right in behind them. Oswalt with a bit of damage on the front end of that car now. Gregorio Moreno, driver we saw in that 4-car pack. He's going to pull into the pit lane and finish in there. It looks like that was our final driver to finish. That's going to make this one official. Take a look at our official results here. There it is. Lucas Jose taking top spot. Vinicius Santos second place. Leonid Poplansky going to take third place overall, as well as third place in class. Congrats to him. Tyler Pierre Richards going to finish up in 4th, just ahead of Jacob Bott. Taylor Ballant and Kevin Parrish going to round out 6th and 7th, with Bruno Viviano in 8th place. Aiden King taking top spot in the GR86. Jackson Lees and Jerry Turner come home 2nd and 3rd in class, 10th and 11th in class. Michael Folds top spot in Mazda, just ahead of Lincoln Fox. Mario Fredo rounds out the podium in Mazdas. William Harris comes home 13th overall. Christopher Casiano in 15th, and Lane Park 17th overall. We see John Dwayne, Stan Hammonds, and Carlos Hathcock rounding out our overall 18th, 19th, and 20th place positions. Victor Vargas, Christian Kolb, Andres Navarro, Francisco Sosa, Franco Provenzano, Mike Oswalt, Tony Wallace, Marcelo Perez, Santiago Peralta, and Giorgio Moreno Jr. round out your top 30 drivers. Then we see Sky Schudelmeyer, Francisco Montez, Andrew Powell, and Kyle Gentz round out your top 35. Then we get into the used car parking lot here of Caleb Hayden, Will Dotson, Charles Wolf, Michael Coates, and Andres Velasquez rounding out the field of 40 drivers. So that will pretty much wrap it up here for us. Week number 4, Lime Rock Park. Next week, I believe we head to Nürburgring, if I'm correct. That should be a vastly different scenario than we have here tonight. Nürburgring about 3 times the size of Lime Rock Park. Be a lot more room for our drivers to bump and bang and battle, so it'll be an interesting one. Make sure to tune in for that one next week. For Racers Nexus, I'm Rob Campbell. We will catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one. Bye for now.